Hey everybody, Michael here, and jumping back into some franchise gameplay. We're in week 15. It's the 2023 season. I'm getting a lot of good feedback on the sliders. I've gotten some requests about just kind of showing more gameplay and whatnot. I just posted a few more things today. A video I made like last week, and I just forgot to publish. It just kind of goes over the slider progress so far that I've experienced so far, as well as kind of my weekly process. It's probably not earth-shatteringly different than what you're doing, but if you are curious just to kind of see some of the things that I check into, I did just upload that, or I should say I uploaded it last week, but I did publish it today. So that's there. Also added a few more gameplay highlights. I've had some people asking to see more gameplay with the sliders, and again, that's actually a big part of that slider thread up on Operation Sports. If you do want to see that, there is a highlight section that is in there that you can go through and just see various short clips of gameplay highlights that the sliders are hopefully producing for you, as it has for me. So, but I am on Twitter. I'm at MikeLowe47. Again, this is the YouTube channel that I use to mostly just play sport games and whatnot. Really just kind of talk about sports strategies is really kind of where my interest lies. It goes beyond just gameplay. It's certainly not really MUT related or anything like that. But for me, it's more just again, just kind of the team building that with what we can do inside of these particular games. I mentioned on a previous stream, I've been kind of dabbling a little bit into the modding of Madden 08, which is a pretty cool community that's over on footballidiot.com. So again, giving them another plug. But yeah, I've just been kind of always just on the lookout for, what's kind of the latest, greatest ways that we can play these different games. We've done some Head Coach 09 streaming and whatnot in the past. But again, really what we're talking about today are the 2-11 Lions in 2023. So again, not a huge shock, but as I kind of teased out in the title of this video, I want to show you where I kind of sit with the quarterback position. And we sit with an undrafted rookie as our starter. Tanner Morgan out of Minnesota has been our starting quarterback for the last few weeks here. He's the guy I ended up just picking up. The name of his game really is just arm strength. He has 94 arm strength. What I've been trying to do, and was struggling with Jared Goff even though he was a far more accurate, probably more complete quarterback here in Madden. I didn't have the zip to kind of get into some of the windows that I wanted, and it matters a great deal with what I'm trying to do. And so we have a guy here, Tanner Morgan, who like way off camera here, going crazy. There we go. We have a guy in Tanner Morgan who we picked up and has done pretty well, arguably maybe too well. He's had a couple of disastrous games, but you can see these are his stats. I forget how many games he started. It has not been the full season. I don't even know. It's maybe half the season of those. Maybe he's played like 6 of those 13 games or something like that. But 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, has our longest pass that I've had in 2 seasons already. He's really done some things to kind of open up our offense. Just 57% completion and only a yards per average of 6.3, which isn't terrible. Excuse me, a little bit low in Madden. 1.8, excuse me, losing my voice. 183.7 yards per game. So again, he's not like, crushing anything, but he's really just kind of come on and has created kind of a unique situation, at least in my franchise. By the way, our backup quarterback, another, I believe, undrafted, Jack Cohn, out of Notre Dame. I think he was undrafted as well. I did actually cut Jared Goff. I tried to trade him, but nothing was happening there. So we're rolling with 2 undrafted rookies right now, really trying to secure that top pick because we are really liking Bryce Young in this particular, and it's not a Bengal draft class. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'm really liking how Bryce Young is looking. We do have him scouted at 100%, so fair warning for anybody who wants to avoid any sort of spoilers or that sort of thing. Maybe mute your computer there. But Bryce Young at 100% is looking like a guy, and they even have him, top fit here at the Lions, which I think just reads off of your draft list. So not a huge shock there, but the throwing accuracy deep comes in at B, A and A for the others. He has what I just talked about that I need, that great elite throw power. He's a top 5 talent, it looks like. And again, you can see his other metrics here look really good. Throw under pressure, A. Throw on the run, A. I mentioned the accuracies being A until you get to deep. His play action is A. That's going to be huge. So, and the injury checks in. Remember, I passed in my draft video. Malik Willis was somebody I was really, really close to taking, but he had an injury rating of F. And I said, you know what, I'm going to roll the dice and we're going to wait. And so we're 2-11. So, waiting has its price. But being able to get Bryce Young seems like a really, really good fit. I don't think C.J. Stroud's terrible either, but I'm much more liking um, Bryce Young, and you can see there the fact how these guys came out. And I didn't even notice. This looks like it may have been an update. Now it's showing, I guess at 100%, it's actually showing their true scouting. And maybe that wasn't new. I've never seen that before. But instead of top 5, it's kind of bumped him down. C.J. Stroud also bumped down. I love Miles Murphy in this draft class. So again, he's a guy. I don't know. Maybe we still skip on quarterback if we can work things out here with Tanner Morgan. So I don't know why Tanner Morgan's so much better than me, because I was struggling mightily with Goff. And again, arm strength is my only guess. You can, again, as I showed you a second ago, he is not anything to write home about. He's undrafted. He's normal dev. My rule of always kind of I won't even mess with the guys who are 65 or below. They're just not even worth the effort. I guess he's a 64 now. But I believe he was a 62 when we got him, maybe a 63. But he just works for us. He's got a little bit of mobility. He's been able to kind of just do some different things and open up the offense a little bit. It's still an offense that really we try to gear and just kind of build around DeAndre Swift. But he's really helped Demarcus Robinson open things up a little bit more. He's had some much better games. And I'll show you Morgan's games here. By the way, Chris Olave, I've had a lot of people asking, like, hey, we're going to do a recap video soon. I've been wanting to do it, but there's still a lot of hidden devs because a lot of like the quarterbacks, for instance, the AI is not playing and they haven't accumulated any plays. So I'm in week 15 already. So after these last 4 games, I will do a video just to kind of show how the draft went. But of course, Chris Olave, we knew right off the bat he was a normal dev. We took this guy 10th overall, so I wasn't thrilled that he was normal dev. But he's a 76 overall right now, still not a scheme fit. But he's had a nice rookie year. The dude's getting open, man. I know people like are, speed, gotta get speed. I love short route running. It's such a key thing. Like, you need a dude on your team who can do that for those 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 5s. I mean, those guys can get open. So again, his average 10.7, but he's got 61 catches. He's kind of like an Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Lions in real life. Just a year later, it's how Chris Olave played, and he's a lot faster. 65-yard touchdown, actually wasn't a touchdown reception, got pushed out around the 5, but 65-yard reception is his longest. Anyway, I can show you kind of the game-by-game breakdown here of Tanner Morgan, and then we are going to jump into some gameplay. So you can see, just kind of going back, I mean, he's had some stinker games. He barely played these games, so we don't really need to look there. So a touchdown, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 240. He went a few weeks, no interceptions. We had the stinker against the Bears, lost 69-7. He threw 4 picks. And since then, he's kind of, his last 2 games especially, right? 4 touchdowns and a pick, 3 touchdowns and a pick. He's just started to open things up a little bit. So hopefully that continues. We'll see. But nonetheless, I mean, also, it's like I want him to play well, but if we end up sticking with the first overall pick, fantastic. That will be fine as well. If we sort by the percentage, we're right there with the Jaguars. So if this was real life, I wouldn't be really worried about the Jaguars taking Bryce Young. But with it being a Madden draft, who knows? Although if he's coming and scouted as not a top 5, maybe he's not exactly what I thought. And just seeing that here on the video is the first time I actually noticed that. And so, again, maybe I end up wanting to go in a different direction too. I did turn off an option here that could come into play, which I'll show you. Basically, it's that dev trait, like the scenario thing. I turned that off. I did get one, and we actually hit it with O'Shawn Mathis, who I think was our 5th round pick. He's now up to like a 76 overall, which is crazy. So I turned that off because it doesn't seem like the AI teams ever have that advantage. So I guess I gave myself a cookie there, but I've now turned that off. So the reason I share that is Tanner Morgan. It's not like we're just going to suddenly, maybe we'll get a dev trait scenario upgrade option, and we won't. So unless he wins, Rookie of the Year or something like that, which he is in the running, he's going to probably stay normal. So I don't know. I mean, if we're picking first overall, Bryce Young could be a bit of a stretch. At the same time, I'm kind of a believer that if you feel a guy is worth that pick, even if he's not slotted there, who cares where you pick him? Who cares if you pick a guy 3rd overall or 8th overall? The money difference matters, but outside of that, I mean, 10 years from now, nobody cares, right? Everybody knows, for instance, everybody knows Tom Brady was picked in the 6th round, but what pick in the 6th round? And again, that's kind of a goofy analogy because we're not talking about the 6th round here, but you get the point. Patrick Mahomes, for instance, we all know he was drafted a little bit later, kind of in that 10 range, but you know exactly what pick he was picked in? That's the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't really matter. If Mahomes was picked 7th or 8th or 12th or 9th, it's still a steal of a pick. They got the guy they wanted, the guy they identified, and it worked out. If they had picked him first overall, it would have worked out, right? So it wouldn't have really made a big difference there. So anyway, guys, if you do have questions on gameplay or anything like that, feel free to ask. We're going to jump in. Dallas, you can see, pretty good team, 8-5. And we, of course, are 2-11, as I mentioned. Not looking good. We look at X factors here. Of course, they got dudes just all over the damn place. Gutsy Scrambler, if you watched the game yesterday, I guess that played out. Of course, we got Penny Sewell there. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to turn off that camera so I can see what I'm doing.
It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And I will keep an eye on the chat if you got any questions or anything.
It's the Cowboys and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened.
Let's get into it here.
Today we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up.
Had a good year.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
I do a lot of just letting the coach suggest the play. It just speeds things up. I don't really care that much.
And hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Prescott on first down. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
I've got a lot of backups playing. Some of the veterans we signed are not even on the depth chart right now. Just trying to get some guys some development. Zeke is hurt for Dallas, so they still got Pollard, though.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Jarwin. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive.
You guys think Mike McCarthy is going to get fired?
They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Prescott now. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Prescott to throw it. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Romeo Okwara. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good.
Tanner Morgan time, guys.
Going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew.
Had a kick return with our 7th-round pick here this season.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 113 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he slings.
All right, rough first throw there.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall.
I tried to put that up high, but I think I got hit as I threw. Let's see. Would have had Hockenson wide open. But I saw that single coverage and, oof, man, our poor rookie Evan Neal there, left tackle, just getting owned by Micah Parsons. And yeah, he disrupted that throw. I wouldn't even have had time to wait for Hockenson, so I guess that was better.
Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Prescott looks to throw on first. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. A first down throw for Prescott. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Pollard now a first down and more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And a short gain here down to the 22. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. The 16-yard line. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Lions will take over. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And not much here as he'll get into the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Did not have a ton of time.
We're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll look to throw here on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Wow.
He's got his target.
I wasn't even throwing to him. That works.
He'll take this to the other side of
He's trying to hit Hawkinson.
Going out of bounds. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Ooh, good play.
Not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Hawkinson will have a linebacker on him here.
On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Easy completion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Ooh, look at Lady Brown.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions.
See if we get Penny Sewell out there with superstar blocking.
He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
Yeah, we'll go for
and
that.
They're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
The Lions will use
had a good mismatch with Olave, but
they'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here.
I'd rather just run it, but a good mismatch, I don't mind.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
I don't care what he's listed.
Kind of spam level of fullback success in Madden 22 this year. I might need to outlaw it for myself. Unless I've been like wronged by the game. Something ridiculous happened or something like that.
It's It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Pretty good release. You can school him on a little out route or something. So if we do that and then have him just kind of run a little, just a simple out. Now let's have him do the zig. Let's hope they don't blitz.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Wide open. It's a 62 overall.
Defensively, they have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Looks like a big blitz. Bad release this time. Yeah, nothing. Well, Hawkinson over the middle. Might work if they do blitz. Actually...
They'll look to
Don't
throw on
blitz.
3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Lions have taken the
Undrafted
lead.
rookie. Just gets the job done.
That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. In fact,
and under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before
Defense playing pretty well. He's definitely bent but haven't broken yet.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Oh, shoot.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Under pressure, and he will.
What is going on with their line today?
Sacked back at the 46. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Cowboys trying their best to choke.
Kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just
Didn't really need to get out of
players.
bounds. Only 4 seconds left and 2 timeouts. So.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
We'll see if anybody beats coverage, but unlikely here.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that
just tried to throw that out of bounds.
That brings us to the end of this first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down now, Swift. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down.
Our run game has been pretty solid today.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down, Swift.
He's gone.
And some room to roam now.
Ooh, almost.
They're able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 82 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
Same thing. Tried to take the timeout. So that's why I have that acceleration, the accelerated clock so low, so that you can't just do this stuff all day long. It's a bit of risk to it.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
Hawkinson here.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll drop to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Swift will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On play action, Prescott. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 91 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start. But he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Evan Neal is so massive. He's huge. It's hilarious. Look at that left tackle. Look how small Sewell looks across from him.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that nearly the pick that they needed.
Knew they were blitzing. Had the single coverage. Coverage was pretty much the same all the way around. I'm okay taking that. I was just hoping with his 94 speed that 94 speed and 94 arm strength that would have opened up. So had a little bit of a step on him. Was it underthrown though? A little bit, right? Yeah, it was underthrown. So that's good. That played out well. Shouldn't make those every time.
And it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Jarwin.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done...
Well, there's the proof that this is not normal in this franchise. So it's just one of those games for us.
Leading here in the 4th.
I'll take it, though.
Last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Prescott down. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They set the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field.
I wish the AI was more aggressive. That was a great call. And you'd make that call, I guess, if you're comfortable going for it on 4th. It's a strange call if you're just going to kick a field goal. On 4th and 1, down by 11.
And a 2nd field goal here cuts their
I
deficit.
mean, I know they need 2 scores, but that's the tie. Right, 2 scores and a 2-point conversion. It's not really ideal.
What they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway. Yeah, I love play action pass. I just wish Tanner Morgan was a little better at it, but it's okay. Keep it simple.
After the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side, and they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff to Swift.
Ooh, nice block.
This will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw here.
Bad read. Bad read.
They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
That was my bad.
Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has it.
So that was, yeah, definitely my bad. Wrong read. Just a simple stick play here. He was not open, but he was a little, I don't know. Just what I had in my mind is not what happened. Just trying to kind of throw underneath him, just kind of take the 3 yards. But it just made a great play.
Touchdown.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
I'm going to sell out on the pass here.
Following
Good call.
the interception. Here's Prescott. And he'll get into the end zone.
Just like that, they tied it.
Conversion is successful.
That's not a Lions game. I don't know what it is.
Work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. 107 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles about the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st down, Swift. And able to get this one across the 45.
Having a great game.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll run on 1st down. Swift.
Couldn't get out of it.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Oh, man.
This is going to be intercepted.
So that was a legit. I'm trying to just have one of them go. I literally hit the wrong button. I tried to throw that to triangle, and I'm just trying to think if I want to. I'm just going to let it go.
Off at the 23.
That's a bummer.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, there's your rookie quarterback. But let's see. So what was I doing here? I mean, Olave wasn't really. Or I'm sorry. I meant to hit the underneath receiver, the O. But I mean, either way, it's not like Hawkinson. That was just a Madden play. It wasn't super accurate. He threw it way two in front of him, but that's all right.
That time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted. but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go.
This is such a Lions fourth quarter. It's amazing.
Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't
Pursuit's really weird in this year's game. I have a really hard time with it. I usually never have trouble with Pursuit. Madden 22.
Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 13-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Oh, boy.
In a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Throwing, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Sean McKeon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
All right, well, see if we can do it. The rookie
After the touchdown, ready to boot
had a rough fourth quarter here, a couple picks. Blowing an 11-point lead. Sounds about right.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Well.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. Hey, let's get off the field.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Holy cow, that's an inaccurate pass.
Second pick of the game, probably should have.
I was just trying to go the safe route there. They have pretty good coverage. They have all the momentum here, so this is tough.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45.
See if we can get Olave on that wheel. He's got to be wide open, though.
Continues as they search for a
He's quick.
Touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Bummer.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge
Tried to throw it to O there.
point in the game. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run the draw here with Swift.
Draws are super bad this year.
Revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. They'll look to throw.
Nothing.
Flushed out right.
Just gotta throw something.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Oh, dude.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to be out of
Dang
bounds,
it.
a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Brought down like at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
And for the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he will finally
Well, good game, Cowboys. We definitely
definitely
lined it up in that game. But the gameplay felt good. I mean, interceptions were my mistakes.
Looking for here, Charles, the lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game.
But I like it because, you know, with a 62 overall quarterback, you have a shot if your defense plays well, which we kind of did. But you can't make mistakes, and we did. So it's it. Simple as that. But yeah, guys, again, sliders are playing well. As always, I appreciate the feedback on all of that, and we're just gonna get out of here and fall to 2-12.
Goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
But curious to how your guys' franchise are going. I appreciate you guys giving me all the feedback, whether it's Operation Sports, Twitter, here on YouTube. If you got questions, comments, anything like that, I know people are looking for a draft recap video. And I will get to that probably next weekend or so, generally. It's probably when I'll end up getting this last kind of 2 or 3 games played here. So
you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
we ran the ball really well.
So for Dallas, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.
Spread the ball around pretty well. No drops today, that's nice. Defense, we got a bunch of sacks in the first quarter. I don't think we did anything after that. They had 2. Yeah, we had 4. Two rookies. 2 rookie safeties. Something I was trying to pick on a little bit. Did not work, but that's okay. Well, again, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Hope this gameplay helps to just kind of show how I'm playing within the slider, especially with a really, really bad team, or at least pretty bad. Maybe we're upgraded from really bad. But we're 2-12 nonetheless. And yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys checking out the other videos here on the channel. And like I said, I'll see you when I see you, which will probably be on the weekend here. But if you do have questions, reach out. You know where to find me. I'll see you guys next time.